Hello everybody, I'm James Everett of The Good, The Meh, and The Ugly. And since it's Halloween, spooky season, that time of year, I thought it'd be fun to do a great horror movie from 2017 titled Get Out. In Get Out, it follows Chris, a black man who goes to visit his white girlfriend's parents' house over the weekend. As the weekend progresses, the trip gets increasingly more uncomfortable and eerie. My overall thoughts on this film is that it is fantastic. It brings to the table a lot of ambitious ideas that are incredibly interesting, and it does with those ideas exactly what the audience wants them to do. It's a very satisfying movie, very rewarding, and it's a very important film for the last 10-15 years of cinema. Now moving on to the good. What I liked about the film, I thought it went well. The symbolism and foreshadowing here is genius. For the foreshadowing, it's these little things that really makes it pop. It's the dialogue at a party, or the camera work in a small scene near the beginning of the movie. It's these small things that once you see it a second or a third time, makes the movie and the context around it so much better, and just shows you how brilliant Jordan Peele is at putting little hints throughout the film to make it just so clever. And the symbolism here is really impressive. And what is so impressive about it is, for the movie to work at even the smallest level, both the story and symbolism and theming and messaging have to be at full capacity 100%. Because they're so fundamentally embedded into each other without the themes of the marginalization of black people or racism in modern America. The story about how Chris is being treated and why he's being treated like this do not work without both of those at 100% working at even the smallest level to be at the highest level they possibly can be. And my favorite Jordan Peele movie, Nope, for example, the story and theming are two completely different beasts. In Get Out, they are one and the same. They have to work together to make the movie as a whole good, and they definitely do that here. The cast is fantastic. Daniel Kaluuya, he's a really good vehicle for the audience to see the lens of the movie through his eyes. He conveys emotion really well, which makes him a really likable character, and he's easy to root for. But he's not doing anything flashy here. He's not going crazy. He's not having these big monologues, swing for the fences. He is doing his job here. He's being a normal guy that we can root for and watch the rest of the movie through his eyes, and he's great at that. The family and his girlfriend here are really good. They never are inviting or endearing. There's always a little bit of uncomfortableness and eeriness. They're never leading you on too much. They're never being too weird or too scary. They find a really good middle ground and a good balance between the mood of this is really weird and this is normal family. They find that middle ground that really makes the movie thrive. Now moving on to the meh. Well, I thought it was just okay. Nothing fantastic, nothing horrible. Just right down the middle. In the film, there is a lot of ideas, like I said, and near the end of it, there's a couple little smaller things that aren't tied up necessarily. Now, I'm sure those are for leaving out to interpretation of the audience. Like, for example, near the end of the movie, it mentions something about a coagula, which doesn't really make a lot of sense in the context of the film. And I'm sure it's a metaphor, and there's something in there that I'm just not getting. I feel like if they gave you a little bit of resolve for a couple of the things here, it would have made a very satisfying and rewarding movie even more satisfying and rewarding, and make the payoff of the film near the end even better than it already is. Now moving on to the ugly. What I did not like about the film, what I thought was done poorly. This movie builds up a really nice brisk pace near the middle of it, and then throughout the rest of it, it has some lulls in it. I wouldn't say they're complete disruptors that halt the movie in its tracks, but they feel like it just stops a little bit and it makes the rest of the film a little bit harder to get back to that great pace they were setting up earlier. If they just made those lulls a little bit faster and the rest of the film matched that speed, it would have been, like I said, even more satisfying and make the pace that built up even greater. But overall, I love this movie. I would highly recommend it. I'd give it a 9 out of 10, and thank you for watching the good, the meh, and the ugly. Bye-bye.